Elizabethan theatre. One of the most important dramatic change which took place during the time of Elizabeth was the formation of theatre. Before the theatre could exist, people did not go to a particular place to watch plays, and most of the plays which was enacted at that time was biblical plays. Mostly it took place in church, then in big ground, or in some official event, or in the palace, or in some gentleman houses. So people did not have a single structure to go and witness the play. So at that time, one of the two most great dramatic companies which was at that time is Admiral Men and the Chamberlain Men. So both of the companies they worked under Queen Elizabeth I, but when James I took over the throne, he brought Chamberlain Men under his protection. So the company was now called as King's Men. So the Chamberlain Men now became King's Men. So it is said that this was also the company that Shakespeare belonged to most of his dramatic career. So after that, people thought that they need a place of entertainment, so they need a structure called theatre. So that was when Elizabethan theatre came to exist. The first theatre was built by James Burgage in 1576, and the name of that is called as the theatre. Soon after that, the famous Rose Theatre was built in 1587, Globe was built in 1599, and Fortune was built in 16th century. So most of the theatres they were in open grounds, and the size of the theatre was small, but it was also the starting point for entertainment. Now saying about the scenes and some of the drawbacks in the Elizabethan theatre. The differentiation from one scene to the other scene was not continuous. So, in order to differentiate both the scenes, some placards or some cards were shown so that people were able to understand that this scene is over and the next scene is going to take place. So, small, minute difficulties were taking place here and there in the Elizabethan theatres, and there was no curtains at that time, and if a play is gonna end, someone will say the rhyming couplet, or someone will sing the rhyming couplet, so it is understood that the play is ended. So this is how the scenes took place. And the major drawbacks in the Elizabethan theatres where there was no light at that time. Most of the plays took place during the daytime, so the daily workers they used to quit their jobs and come to the theatres to watch it. So most of them they did not go behind their official work. They just quit all those stuff in order to enjoy this entertainment. That was one of the major drawback. The economic of the people also reduced because of that. So in theater point of view, if we see like one drama will take place for weeks and 2 weeks, because there is no light, so they cannot perform at night, so the plays will be taken during the morning daylight time. And the next thing is no female performers were there during the Elizabethan time. Young trained female characters were given to male boys, so they were actually trained as a female and they used to enact, but even though they are trained in such a way, they were not able to give that impact which a woman can give. And the next thing was the lighting effect. As we said, like it all the plays took place during the daytime, but on on 1608, James Burgage, who built the theatre, he brought the Blackfield Monastery. So at that time, he bought that monastery and he turned it into an indoor playhouse. So that was the first time in which plays were taking place with the help of candlelight. The most important person who really fought for the upliftment of theatres in England is Shakespeare. He spent almost 20 years of his life in writing plays and taking part in development of dramatic world in England. He worked from 1590 to 1610. During his time, he almost wrote 37 plays, and during that time only he was able to classify comedy, tragedy, historical, and romance play. So he was the person who brought differentiation in plays, and he was also the person who brought three unities in plays like time, place, and action. So all those things were brought by Shakespeare. And now speaking about the audience in the Elizabethan age. The theatre, it was a single structure. It might be in square at times. Some theatres were oval in shape, some theatres were round in shape. So the high class people, the people who belong to the royal family, they were given separate gallery to see the play, and some prestigious people or some landlords, they were given stools to watch the play, to sit and watch the play, and the low class people and the daily wage earners, they were given a place in the floor. They have to pay just a penny and they can sit in the floor. If they didn't have place to sit in the floor, they can stand and watch the play. So the seating arrangement during the Elizabethan time was not equal. There was differentiation in the plays where people were seated. So this was actually about how the audience arrangement in the Elizabethan theatres. So on the whole, when we see at last, before the play could begin, in those days, lot of restrictions were there. Only religious dramas were allowed to play. People were superstitious, but in order to take their superstitious belief among the people, non-religious plays were taking place. The explosion of non-religious plays was only achieved because of the origin of theatre. So people started differentiating life from artificial stuff. So that was a major impact which a theatre brought into life, and it was also a major reason of entertainment for people at that time.